Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And now we will be speaking with Kim Wall, who's an alternative medicine advocate.
Hi, guys. Happy New Year.
Thank
New
you.
Year, Kim. Hey, you got a haircut.
I got a little freshened up, you know.
Hey,
Decided to, thank you. Decided to simplify the life and actually just put the blow dryer away, and it's called air dry. So we're gonna just rock that simplicity of life. You know, another 10 minutes I gained in my life in a day.
I've always thought blow drying one's hair is just not a good thing.
It's just one of those things. It's just,
I mean, women do it. That's great.
Yeah.
Maybe guys do it too. I don't know, but I just never captured that as a thing that I need to do.
Yeah, I'm blessed. It takes my hair about 5 minutes to dry, so I'm good no matter what. But
now with it shorter, it will too.
It does, exactly. I like it simple, easy, quick to handle, and on the road I go.
Yeah.
So
for the new year, Kim, for our seniors and for everything that's going on out there, anything you're bringing to us for the first month of the year that we can give to our seniors information and to take care of themselves their health?
I think one of the things that I'm doing for myself, and I admired somebody who did it last year and through an Instagram, 365 days of appreciation of just what's around their life, and I've kind of started that myself this year. And I think the most important thing that people need to realize is the power of the mind. If we all put our collective energy out into the world of what we want to attract and what we want to create in this world, we'll create it. I think we're all coming out from underneath of a rock, and I think some light's being shined, and we're all kind of going, wow, what do we do? I think we should all break away from the fear patterns and the negative and the people say bully this and that. Well, boy, it's sure pretty how people can decorate bullying and make it appropriate or the right thing to do. But you know what? It's about love. It's about loving one another. It's about loving ourselves. It's about putting out that positive thought. And I think sometimes, I'm sure, because I've kind of experienced it a little bit, being a caregiver for my granddaughter the last 4 years, the isolation from society. And sometimes I think seniors feel that. And unfortunately, one of their avenues of entertainment is television, and it can be sometimes very depressing. So I think things like music and books, positive affirmations, the things we tell ourselves, maybe reaching out to the simplicity of a neighbor or a next door neighbor if you're in a facility or something, and creating new positive things to enjoy, even if it's sitting out and playing cards or reading a book and talking about the book that you've read. If just finding the positive in our life and not getting caught in what sometimes the media or things want to tell us this is what it is. There's a car chase. There's a this. There's a that. Where's the beautiful part? There was...
The worst thing to do is turn the evening news on.
Exactly. I'm over the news. I unplugged from the cable television last year, and it was one of the best things I ever did. And I pick and choose now what I want through the internet, and it's awesome. I will have to say I don't miss anything. What I miss, I don't miss at all, is the news, because it is depressing. And sometimes it's that negative thought. If we're getting that at 3, 4, 5, 6, 6:37, 9, 10, 11, and then unfortunately what's in between sometimes is junk TV. And don't get me wrong, there's some great TV out there. I am a huge fan of the new show, This Is Us. It's such a great show. It talks about just some of the real things in life, and that's what TV should do. It should make us cry. It should make us think. It should make us grow as human beings in our emotions and motivate us. Another show we watch and we laugh at is the Goldbergs, because we laugh. My granddaughter and my husband, they watch it together and we laugh, and that's what TV or that should be. It should be an entertainment, but it shouldn't be something that dictates our quality of life.
Or brings the negativity of it too. Now, I've said for years, and I think even on this radio show, that what we should have is we should have a station that 24/7, 365 showing good things, because constantly you can look around and see stories, whether even if it's on 60 Minutes, even if it's in the news, there are some good stories out there that should be reflective of who we are, and put those out there. I said, hey, let Oprah put this whole thing together, this whole channel together, so if you're sleeping at night or can't sleep at night, you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, you could turn that station on
and listen to somebody,
see something interesting, something new, something fun maybe.
Well, she interviews...
It's entertaining, something that where you even cry.
Yes.
But these are the things that you feel, you see your emotions, you sense it, and you see how other people are coping with their problems as well.
And that's the key right there. The empathy and the understanding and realizing that somebody else is, wow, I get it. I get what you're going through. Here's a whatever that might be, because I've been there. And that is what you would see in that situation. And I agree. And it's funny because of all the channels, that's not something you promoted out there. You don't see
there.
No.
It's
And I watch one
commercialization,
called
everything.
Gaiam is the one I watch. Gaiam.
How do you spell that?
Giam. It's alternative TV. They changed the name this last year, but it's an alternative internet type television. And I like it. There's stuff on there that I don't watch, that's whatever, but there's some beautiful things on there. Documentaries that talks about food and spirit and growth and this and that. Like one I watched just the other day that got me in my mindset for 217 is gratitude. Because, I got a lot in my life that, sometimes if we focus on those negatives, it'll overwhelm us. But if we just find the little things, it's funny how that little bit of my gratitude, you can see it making this person smile, or you see that person say to this person, or you see the ripple effect as opposed to the negative. And it was really funny because what got me started on it was last year is I had a real backlash on my Facebook, and I kind of walked away from it for a while because of the negativity. And people, it's an opinion. My Facebook I had was just my family and love and positivity, and I had one called Body Mechanics. And Body Mechanics is where I put all the controversy. It's where I put all the stuff out there, the vaccines, the GMOs, all the stuff that people need to know. It's not on my homepage. It's on another page because I want my homepage to be about fun. But I do think the world needs to know, and we are in an information world, and sometimes this technology is important to know good sources and where it's coming from so we can be educated. And I got such hate on there about opinions. It was with the election. I think the election rocked a lot of people. And you know what? This is America. And we have freedom of choice, and we need to respect it, and we need to work together. Nobody's out there don't we all want the same thing? We want prosperity. We want a health and wealth for our families. We want a healthy, clean food source. We want to be able to go to a doctor and have our doctor have our health concerns over his financial
or the pharmaceutical
or the vaccination
company,
or the laws that they want to pass to tell us how to take care of ourselves. You know what? I want to look at that other percentage that are already been doing it. And if you want to know, it's right there in front of our faces. Look at the Amish community. They don't have autism. They don't have cancer. They don't have the dis-ease rates that we have as our population. And the main difference is their food. It is their mindset, for sure it is. They're unplugged from that constant negativity. They've got to think themselves in and out of situations, and that's what grows us. But they have the support of those around them to help them through those tough times when they're down on their knees.
But isn't that that's their community, but we are a community here too, and we should be doing
but we're disconnected in this community.
It is.
That community, they can't be disconnected.
But that's why we have the senior hour, to reconnect the seniors and make sure that they have a place to go. They have an understanding of what they can do, and they have alternatives and opportunities
and
that
be the change.
They can have that option to move forward.
Exactly.
But having the show says this is what we have to continue to make sure that they don't remain disconnected, that we bring them together. And it doesn't have to be based on a belief or a religion or anything like that. It's based on community and
community,
who we are.
Respect, love, appreciation. We're all in the same boat. We just have different oars to move that boat in the direction. I'm tired of the boat going upstream. Why don't we flip it around and all go downstream together and enjoy the ride? Yeah, there's going to be turmoil. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. There's going to be things that I don't like. There's been things in my, country that I've not liked for years, and I still get up and I go, and I'm a positive person that, contributes to my world. The difference today is unplug from that negativity. Embrace the simplicity of just a positive affirmation every morning. I'm going to make it a good day. I'm going to find beauty in something today.
And on an individual level.
Because
if you don't do it, and the things that our seniors can do on an individual basis is every day, like you already said, smile.
Simple.
Get the teeth up, get the look up and smile. Smile at yourself in the mirror.
Laugh
Go
about
out
something.
And, and constantly do that. So even when you're just walking on the street or in a grocery store, you have that smile on your face. You know how many times having a smile on one's face gets a compliment?
Yes. Changes the whole energy of a room.
And guess what? Also, how about just saying thank you?
Oh,
If
that's
somebody
huge.
holds a door open, thank you. I constantly, I'm saying it, and I hear people say it to me, and when you do that, it elevates you. It elevates you as an individual. And of course, you said it already, respect. You got to give respect to everyone around you,
Everyone.
no matter what their opinion is, no matter what they look like, their color, their religion, whether they're homeless or whether they're driving a fancy car. It doesn't make it should not make any difference.
And it is sad because people always focus on one or another. My daughter was actually house sitting for somebody in Burbank this weekend, her mom, and because they have an animal, so she house sits for people that have animals. And she's in Burbank, outside of the house, unpacking the car and going into this house, and the police showed up, Burbank PD showed up and asked her what she was doing.
Huh.
Right? If she lived there, she says, why? Don't I look like I belong here? No, you don't.
Oh.
I mean, her grandmother, my husband's from Burbank. We're in Burbank all the time. It was just so crazy because people always think we're going to this or that. But it shows you the disconnect of that you're right. People will judge you for the silliest things. Does that determine who you are as a human being? It has nothing to do with the fact of who you are as a human being. Why has our world gotten to that point? And both of my stepfather and father are police officers, so I grew up in that world, and it was, let me tell you, respect is, we don't have that anymore in our society. So I get the whole, sometimes where the police are coming from too, but on that same sense, it is that simplicity of just, hey, what's going on? You're here? Okay, no problem. Do you have keys to that house? You sure you can get in? I mean, that's that mentality. And just for the simple fact that she has some really bright green hair. And you know what? That's her. And she'll never not have that some color hair, because that's just who she is. And she's an awesome person, and she's blessed that she goes out into the world and does what she does with the animals and has her thing. And you're right. We should never judge anyone. Even that person sitting on the side of the road, we have no idea that situation. There should be things. But as seniors, I think sometimes what happens is that isolation, and there are tools today. If you don't know how to use one of these new modern things, get a younger person to come over, invite them for lunch, and let them give you the crash course on a simple thing. And because I think it's great. I see members in my family that live in Las Vegas and other places that are seniors, I don't think, up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, that use these tools to communicate and to watch in and to see so-and-so's this and that. And that's what it is. And that's where you get the smiles and the happiness, as opposed to being isolated and not. So, even those that are seniors, if you're out there and you have that connection, even to the senior center or the facility that you live at, make that as a thing. Hey, this is something I want to do. There's a local computer, or there's a tablet, or simple. The simplicity is right there at our fingertips that you can have that, and you can find classical music or beautiful stories, and you can go out into the world and bring that in. That's positive, and that's the beauty, is we can choose what we bring in, and I think that's one of the things to focus at. We can choose to shut off that news. We can choose to shut that off. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Oh my gosh, what's going on? I don't know, and this and that, and oh my gosh, I got a little anxiety.
But something though, we live in fear sometimes because of the negativity that we see in the news. And as you walk down the street, you might see somebody, a stranger, coming at you, and you have that fear. But if you turn that around, if you put that smile, not only the smile, and also a hello, all of a sudden the look on that person has changed to where now it's engaged. You've engaged with them. You've made a friend, maybe a contact with them. To be honest with you, we have so much fear, we've forgotten to say the good things and see the good things in life, and in the strangers and even our neighbors.
Because truly, they're all strangers. The beauty is this, though. Think about this. How many times have you thanked a server, somebody helping you? They all have name tags on them. When was the last time you actually looked at that name tag and said, hey, thanks, Amanda, I really appreciate your help? I did last night at the Verizon store when I was dealing with my phone.
I did it this morning.
Exactly, because that person looks at you like, first off, they look at you like, well, how do you know my name? But again, it's just the respect. I go in there, there's service all over this world. Everything we see around us is some kind of a service. Interactions, human beings, this is a service to humanity. And we've lost that part of it. But that's that thing, is just take that time to say, hey, thanks, I appreciate that. Because they're a real person too, and maybe that person's going to go home and maybe they have X, Y, and Z at their house, but you know what? You just brought in that little bit of joy. The way she walks in every time and has to go back and talk to Melissa in the back of the radio station to share that little bit of joy and happiness, because you know what? It's a cool reaction, and that's how we learn to interact. That's how we learn to have relationships and communicate.
Yeah, it was funny. Last night I went to pick up some Chinese food, and I walked into the restaurant, and there was somebody who was eating there, and they looked at me and said, "Nice hair," to me. And I thought to myself, nice hair? What's up with my hair?
Because it's cool. It's got the wisdom in it.
Oh, no, you're salt and pepper.
That's
looking,
right.
But
That's
wisdom.
This was a younger person, probably 25 or 30. But, that I got home and I said, "Hey, Robin, somebody said something about my hair." And she tapped on my hair and said, "Fluff, fluff, fluff." But, these are the little things of life, of coming from a stranger. You don't even know them, but give a thank you.
It's a
say
positive
hello,
energy expression
positive.
Instead of looking at somebody in judgment or
Absolutely.
negativity or expression of words that benefit no one.
Kim Wall, we're talking about being positive on your hometown station.
217.
AM 1220 KHTS.
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And we're speaking with Kim Wall, who's an alternative medicine advocate. And during the break, I was sharing with Kim, and of course, Jean already knew it. My husband and I were in quite a bad automobile accident a couple of weeks ago, 27th of December. And we're both very lucky to be alive. A guy ran a red light and went into the side of me. And one of the things that really captured me was the paramedics were there, the sheriff. Oh, it was a busy place from what I could hear. I couldn't see because the side bag went off, which kept me from going into the side window and injuring me more. But anyway, the paramedics had to pull me out of the back car on this wooden thing. And I can remember it being so hard. It was so uncomfortable. And they were strapping me in, and I was thinking, oh, they're going to drop me. And they kept saying, no, we're not going to drop you. And I opened my eyes, really opened my eyes. And I thought, and I said, wow, there aren't many 80-year-old women that are this lucky to have 4 gorgeous men carrying them.
Isn't that great?
I thought
That's true gratitude in the moment. You're right.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we were speaking of being grateful.
You bet.
And
And grateful for those men that show up, that have that love and that there to help us in those moments. Rain, shine, up and down. And like I
They
said,
are.
I bet you made their day
Women
too,
too.
Barb.
Women too.
Women
They
too.
are
And I'm not saying that. 100%.
Yes.
People, you're 100%. Men and women that are out there in the world as
they
first
are.
responders that do. And how, like I said, and that's it.
But they almost went into hysterics. That was so funny. And
Made their day, I bet.
One of them said, gee, you haven't lost your sense of humor, have you?
Nope.
But thankful, grateful to be alive. Both of us are. But I swear, those 4 guys, paramedics are the best looking guys in the world. I've never seen an ugly one. I tell
I don't
you.
know, maybe it's our adrenaline in the moment, but I totally agree with you.
But my grandson-in-law is going into paramedics, and he's a good-looking guy. And I'm thinking, wow, they're gorgeous men, every single one of them.
And you know what? The beautiful part of them, and as I would say about, like I always make the comment about my youngest daughter, the most beautiful part is their hearts. Because they go out, being a daughter of police officers, they went out every single day and risked their lives. There were days that maybe they weren't going to come home to us.
That's right.
And you know what? And that was, that was part of it, and that was okay. And, just like I talk about all the different people I've seen heal their lives and empower them and the emotional wellness, they brought safety and they brought that kind of healing, and it was a hard job for both of them. But again, it's those awesome people like that their heart, that's why they were put here. They were put here to make the world,
that's right, they were all
safer.
They were all so
right.
compassionate.
And in that, it's the saying thank you for that. It's about being able to say, you know what, I appreciate the fact you showed up. And it might be as simple as, like I said, the person at the grocery store, the person at the restaurant, The little person I drag around with me all the time. Like I said, it teaches us the simplicity and the fact no matter how old or how young we are all meant to interact and connect. And
don't be afraid.
And don't be afraid.
That's exactly
be
right.
bold in the moment. If you have that opportunity to show up, be bold. And if you don't know, go ask. The world today is so much closer, but yet so much farther away in some aspects. It's just about bringing it so it benefits you.
Right.
Make it, as my mom always tells me, you guys, this Facebook things, I love it because I get to see everything. So we make a point of posting and doing, because you're right, no matter where she is, she feels she's in contact and she has that little bit of closeness. But the key is maybe that person that lives next door to you or down the street or this or that, go for a walk, see what's around. You might realize there's a person right around the corner in the exact same boat as you that loves to knit or loves funny movies or loves to go for hikes or something that you can create that bond
and break the ice with a smile, as we talked about, with a hello, with a thank you,
with a plate full of cookies.
And you can see what that reaction is, because it is awesome.
It is.
And I think our seniors have learned that, but now we're telling them, let's do it again.
Because the seniors grew up in a time when that wasn't something we even thought about. We just did it.
Right.
That's what's wrong. They're longing for that, and they don't know how to interact that into today's world. So we need to melt the two together so we don't lose that, but we bring it into what the world is today, because that's what it is. They did that. They had that their whole lives growing up. That highs, the this, the that. What do you need? I'll run to the store for you.
The thank you.
You bet. The hold the door, the whole thing. So they don't understand, why would that go away?
Kim Wall, you brought a smile to our faces and
Love
to
you guys.
The faces of those here in Santa Clarita. We appreciate it. Phone number for you if anyone wants to get a hold of you.
My is 818-683-4876. It can also be reached at educator@kingbio.com. And you know what, everyone, go out and own 217. My big thing is I'm letting the fear go. I got some big boulders in my road this year, but you know what? God's going to move them.
There you go. Thank you.
I'm not going to worry.
On the show.
My pleasure, guys.
We are sponsored by Advanced Audiology and Comfort Keepers in Home Care. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.
Arranged like flowers? What a delicious idea! Edible Arrangements specializes in creating a variety of fresh fruit arrangements overflowing with fresh, hand-designed fruit and filled with strawberries, pineapple, grapes, cantaloupe, honeydew, and seasonal favorites. Made to order in a size you select and ready to eat and enjoy. You can even add chocolate to any arrangement. Edible Arrangements is always fresh, always appropriate, and always appreciated. Order yours today, 253-0052 or ediblearrangements.com. Edible Arrangements is on Soledad near Bouquet Canyon.
Would you like the security of a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage refi with our lowest payment possible, all without paying closing costs? Well, Cash Call Mortgage has a 30-year rate special starting at a rate so low, our lawyer won't let us say it on the radio. So call and find out how much this 30-year rate will cut your monthly payment while still knocking down your current loan balance. And the best part of all is the rate is fixed. The lawyer's right. It's a little complicated to explain on the radio. So call 855-875-CASH to find out how it works.
What? You'll cut my payment with no fees of any kind, and my balance will still go down?
Yep. Paying an interest rate below 3% really makes a big difference. To find out how big, just call 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH to slice your monthly payment now.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. 1 City Boulevard, Orange, California, 92868. Equal housing lender. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. NMLS 128231. Offer for first mortgage.
That's 855-875-CASH.
KHTS, Canyon Country, Santa Clarita.
It's 12 o'clock. Time for KHTS National News, powered by CNN.
KHTS. Special report, Trump news conference. In his first news conference since July, President-elect Donald Trump adamantly denied reports that Russia obtained compromising personal and financial information on him.
It didn't happen. It was a group of opponents that got together. sick people, and they put that crap together.
Mr. Trump is now conceding what he had dismissed for weeks, that it was Russia that hacked Democratic Party computers looking for damaging information about Hillary Clinton.
As far as hacking, I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries and other people.
Mr. Trump said he'll turn his business interests over to his sons and won't talk about their deals with them.
I could actually run my business. I could actually run my business and run government at the same time. I don't like the way that looks, but I would be able to do that if I wanted to. I'd be the only one that would be able to do that. You can't do that in any other capacity.
And he'll appoint a Supreme Court nominee within 2 weeks. I'm Michael Toscano. Mr. Trump's nominee for Secretary